Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would talk about Mary and Adam's relationship. So, Mary and Adam's relationship starts in the second last episode of season 4. I'll be waving as you drive away, part 1, or is it part 2? I actually think it's part 2, which will be the last episode. And this is when Mary is blind and her parents decide to send her to a school so she can learn to do things for herself. And Adam tries to be her teacher. Now, at first, she doesn't want to learn because she thinks being blind it means nothing. But then she finds out she can do things and she can be a teacher when she's blind. And Adam shows her what being blind is about. And at first, she gets a little, kind of, oh, I like this guy, but he might not be blind, and I'll feel like a burden to him. But then she finds out he's blind. And he offers her a job to teach with Winoka with him. And because the railroad comes to town or something, and the town can't afford to pay them or something, and Ingalls decides to move to Winoka because it's close to Mary. And eventually it turns into a budding romance, and they end up married. And then because of new owner in school, they have to move to Walnut Grove. Well, somewhere, but they end up moving to Walnut Grove. And then Sleepy Eye, and then New York. But in Walnut Grove, there's a chance that Mary could regain her sight, and Adam feels like he would be a burden to her because, she'll be able to see, so she'll be able to do things that he is unable to, and so he'll feel just like, dead weight that she has to carry around. And of course, in season 5, they do get the chance to be parents, but they have a miscarriage, and that upsets Mary. But one of the kids at the blind school does help her through that and say, I can be your kid. And then she realizes that all the kids they have there are her, even though some of them do have parents and are just there because of going through what Mary went through, they are still her children. But then in season 6, they have a chance to have another child, and they do. Adam Jr. And by the end of season 6, they have to blind the school, and then of course, halfway through season 6, the school burns down, killing Alice, Garvey, and Adam Jr. And Mary goes into shock about it, and Adam kind of has to stay strong for her. And that whole time they try to rebuild the school, but then we find out Adam's father dies, and they use the money they got from him. Actually, there wasn't really any money from him. And they open a new school in Sleepy Eye, and they move to Sleepy Eye. And in season 7, Adam regains his sight, and at first Mary feels like a burden to him, but Ma kind of tells me, Adam loves you, so why would you feel like that? You won't feel like that's Adam. And eventually Adam does become a lawyer, and they move to Walnut Grove, start a business, but then they end up moving to New York because Adam can make a living there. So this relationship, they actually start out as really good friends that have they start out as teacher and student that have something in common. They're both blind. So looks don't really matter, but when Adam does regain his sight, he does say that Mary is very beautiful. And of course, in that time, girls getting married at 16 wasn't uncommon, especially if they're marrying someone that was a man in their early 20s or mid 20s. That also wasn't that uncommon. And in I believe it is To See the Light Part 2, Adam mentions that he's 25, which means that in season 5 he would have been about 23, so that makes him about 7 years older than Mary. Which, in those days, that wasn't that uncommon. Today, again, it's not that uncommon. Most people sometimes marry people that are 20 years younger than them. Adam and Mary do have a bit of a sad love story, though, because they don't ever have kids that we know of. And this is actually also a fictional love story. I mean, most of these are. Little House on the Prairie, though, some of them are real. The only ones that really are real would be Laura and Almanzo, Ma and Pa, and I think that's it. Because in the book, Mary actually does go blind, but she does die of something else. I'm not 100% sure. But because the books they're adapted, so it's different, it makes sense that Mary would fall in love. Again, she didn't have to, but they did. And Mary has had past boyfriends. You know, she's had John Jr., some other random guys. The only one that was really serious and was like steady was John Jr. And that ended in season 4. So that's going to be it for this video. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite color is. I know it's really random, but I couldn't think of anything that had to do with Mary and Adam's relationship you could comment on. And stay tuned for tomorrow's video where I'll be talking about Laura and Almanzo. And hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. See you.